Good evening, and welcome to the 2019 FCPS Retirement Ceremony. My name is Helen Nixon, and I am the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. It is my great pleasure to be here to honor our retirees this evening. Tonight, we celebrate the incredible talent, accomplishments, and memorable moments of our retirees. We have a distinguished group this year, including a teacher who has won 7 teaching awards throughout her career, one of the first technology support specialists in FCPS, a retired Air Force pilot who flew missions in Vietnam, and a food services kitchen manager famous for creating the Yummy On breakfast song. That's right. While our retirees are clearly the focus of tonight's celebration, I would like to begin by introducing some very special guests. First, we have several board members who will be congratulating our honorees this evening, and I would like to ask each board member to stand as I call your name. Karen Corbett Sanders, our board chair, Mount Vernon District. Thank you. Il Young Moon, our vice chair and member at large. Thank you. Tamara Daranack Koufax, Lee District. Sandy Evans, Chairman Mason District. Pat Hines, Hunter Mill District. Karen Keys Gamara, member at large. Ryan McElveen, member at large. And Janie Strauss, Drainsville District. Additionally, we would like to introduce Phyllis Pajardo, Superintendent for City of Fairfax Schools. And Eli Martinez, Executive Director and Chief Investment Officer for the ERFC. Additionally, we have several members of our leadership team and other FCPS this evening. I would like to introduce Dr. Brabrand, our division superintendent. Francis Ivy, our deputy superintendent. Marty Smith, chief operating officer. Teresa Johnson, assistant superintendent, special services. And our region assistant superintendents, Douglas Tyson, Region 1. Fabio Zuluaga, Region 2. Terry Dade, Region 3. Jay Pearson, Region 4. And Rebecca Bainig, Region 5. Later in the ceremony, members of our leadership team will honor our retirees by reading their profiles. Next, we'd like to honor the friends, family members, and principals or supervisors for supporting our retirees as they gave their time, talent, and energy to the students in Fairfax County. Would you all please stand so that we can thank you? We'd also like to give a special thank you to several individuals who helped make tonight special. Ann Bonatabius, the principal of this fantastic school, and her amazing staff for their support and for hosting us. Members of the HR team for working behind the scenes, providing logistical supports for this evening. And finally, I'd like to thank the retirement ceremony volunteers who work hard to make this evening special. This event takes a lot of effort and they do it from their heart. And I'm extremely proud of all of them. So thank you to our volunteers. Now to our guests of honor. Whether your career path has led you to be a bus driver, a food service worker, custodian, teacher, administrator, or to serve in one of the many other instructional or support positions, you have all played an integral role in the lives of our students, which makes you part of the FCPS story and legacy. You will always be a member of our family, not just for the work you have accomplished, but for the legacy that you leave behind. And just to remind you of this, you're going to receive a check from us every month. Okay. Right? Okay. Eli Martinez, thank you for all that you do. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our superintendent of schools to provide a few remarks. Dr. Brabrand.
Good evening, everybody. It is my honor and pleasure as Superintendent of Fairfax County Public Schools to welcome you to the Spring FCPS Retirement Ceremony. Woohoo! I want to honor you and your service tonight. And you know, retirees, you're up here at the front. Day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, decade by decade. You've stood up for kids, you've stood up for their families, you've stood up for your communities, you have stood up for this school system. And now, ladies and gentlemen, all of you, it's time for us to stand up and give these retirees our deep round of applause and appreciation. It's kind of like graduation, isn't it? In graduation, you're lucky. You might get money after the graduation ceremony. And Eli Martinez is now the most popular man in the audience tonight. But seriously, it's humbling. Thank you for everything you've done on behalf of Fairfax County Public Schools. We do have so many wonderful people tonight, so many profiles to talk about, and I can't wait to have the chance for you to be up here and spend time to listen to what is being said on your behalf, your story, your legacy for Fairfax County Public Schools, because it will be an enduring one that will always be here. And I want you to know, I talk a lot about the Fairfax County Public Schools family. You are just going to a different stage of being in the family, but you are always going to be a part of this family. Some of you, I hope, will be substituting for us in Fairfax County Public Schools very shortly. But I know to family members, and I know to you too, that being an educator over all these years hasn't been easy. It is a tough job each and every day. You see some of the biggest highs in life, and you see some of the biggest lows, and you share them with children and their families, and with your own colleagues, your own families in schools and central offices. I really do want to appreciate you again for everything that you have done. I want you to know we have 180 retirees being honored tonight. 53 of you have served Fairfax County Public Schools for 30 years or more. Why don't you stand? Let me see those 53. Stand up. And I understand 2 of you have served Fairfax County Public Schools for over 40 years. Let's see who those 2 are. Please stand. Feels like it was just last week, right? We are proud in Fairfax County Public Schools of our tradition of excellence, but I know that the secret sauce of Fairfax County Public Schools has always been and will always be its people. That's the defining difference that has always brought people from every part of this Commonwealth, every part of this country, and around the world to have their children in this school system. And you've made all of our excellence possible. I'm happy for your new phase in life, but I'm sad too to see all of you go. I hope you'll stay close, and I'm really not kidding about finding a way, if it's not substituting, find a way to keep the connection. Because, if you study folks in retirement, my wife, right as I got married, took this class on gerontology, the study of senior age, right? But the key to successful retirement is still keeping one of 2 P's, passion or purpose. And so you have had your passion here, you have had your purpose here, and maybe you have another path to take. But know that there is still time and a place and a manner into which you can still serve and be a part, whether a volunteer, a mentor, start a new business and become a business partner with us. But seriously, this is always going to be your home, okay? So on behalf of the entire school system, I want to thank you for everything you have done. And now it is my honor to introduce to you the chair of the Fairfax County Public School Board, Ms. Karen Corbett Sanders.
Good evening. It is truly wonderful to see each and every one of you on such a momentous occasion, recognizing the dedicated staff members for their years of service with Fairfax County Public Schools, and most importantly, in support of our children. I'm extremely honored to be part of this very special celebration, to extend my heartfelt gratitude for all of you and all that you have done to ensure excellence within our school division. Hundreds of family, friends, colleagues, and other special guests are here tonight to celebrate you. That's a lot of love in this room, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank your families tonight, our extended FCPS family, for sharing each of you with us over the years. So thank you to all of the families and friends. I'm also happy for all of you and very proud to be among you tonight. Speaking of sharing, Dr. Brabrand has given you some interesting numbers earlier, and I also have some fun facts for you. Of the 180 retirees here this evening, their total years of service is 4,147 years. That's amazing, so thank you. One of our retirees is retiring with 22 years in FCPS, but prior to coming to FCPS, he served 28 years in the Air Force, which included flying combat missions we heard earlier. Another retiree helped develop the Fairfax Trauma-Informed Community Network, spearheading training for over 3,000 teachers and staff across FCPS in trauma awareness. So thank you for that. And we have two married couples retiring together tonight. Each one of you has played such an important role in providing our students with the best educational experience possible. Whether you were a teacher or you transported students or you kept our buildings neat and clean or performed in another capacity, your efforts have helped our students thrive, and you served as a positive influence in their lives. And your impact will continue to serve our students well beyond their years at FCPS. You have certainly paid it forward with the positive impact that you've had on each of our students, so thank you. On behalf of the entire Fairfax County School Board, I thank you for the many contributions you have each given over the years and for helping to make Fairfax County Public Schools a place like no other in the country or the world. We will miss you greatly, but we share in your excitement as you embark on new adventures. And finally, please know that no matter where you are, you will always be part of the Fairfax County Public Schools, and you should know there's no place like home, so you can always come back to Fairfax. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Corbett Sanders, for those kind and heartfelt words. Thank you. I would like to ask Dr. Brabrand, Dr. Francis Ivy, to join me and the school board members to please come to the front and form a receiving line. While everyone is taking their places, let me provide some background on this evening's proceedings. Each retiree will come up to receive an award when his or her name is called. Retirees will then have their photo taken, followed by congratulations from our school board. We will begin by honoring those retirees with 9 or fewer years of service by presenting them with a certificate of appreciation. We will then honor our colleagues with 10 to 24 years of service with a plaque, and we will conclude the evening by presenting an engraved clock to those honorees with 25 years or more of service to FCPS. Okay. Looks like we're all set. Terry Dade will join us first, and he will be our leadership team member to read profiles this evening. Okay. Our first retiree, Vivian Patterson with 6 years.
In a preschool autism class, anything can happen, but Vivian is always flexible and ready for whatever comes next. She is caring and patient with the students. Vivian absolutely loves working with them, and it shows in every interaction she has. As a coworker, Vivian is a joy to work with. She is an essential part of our team and always does more than is asked of her. We will miss her greatly. All the best in your retirement, Vivian.
Nora Lamb, 7 years.
Nora has been a great asset to our special education department at Hayfield Secondary. Our teachers, IAs, parents, and students were always in good hands with you, and we have appreciated your jack-of-all-trades style. Please know You have made a remarkable contribution and touched the lives of your colleagues, our students, and parents in immeasurable ways. We will miss you very much, even as we envy your new life in the lap of leisure. Thank you for your service, Nora. You will be missed.
Ron Tiernan, 8 years.
FCPS has been a beautiful second career after years in the business world, allowing Ron to interact every day with his wonderful students. When asked what differences he found between business and education, he liked to say, "A job well done in business often passes without a word. But in education, our students let us know where we stand, often in very special ways." We've been very fortunate to have you, Ron. We wish you the best in your retirement.
Karen Geyer Green, 11 years.
Having two sons who attended FCPS from kindergarten through high school, Karen decided to join the fun, working first as a kindergarten assistant, then teacher, and later as a special education assistant at Mosby Woods Elementary. Her greatest satisfaction came from seeing students' faces light up as they gained a skill or understanding of a concept, experiencing the power of a caring presence in a child's life, and working with such dedicated, skilled, and fun-loving professionals. Good luck in retirement, Karen. We hope your retirement brings you much happiness.
Daniel O'Neill Jones, 11 years.
After retiring as a spacecraft mechanical designer, Daniel first began substitute teaching, then working at Walt Whitman Middle School as an instructional assistant. The range of classes, interaction with teachers, and the variety and diversity of students made this time a highlight of his life. He is so proud to have been a part of so many children and educators' lives. Thank you for your dedication and service, Daniel.
Anne Marie Kelleher, 11 years.
Anne Marie began working for FCPS in 2001 as a substitute teacher, dipping her toe back into a profession she trained for in college. It did not take long for Anne Marie to remember just how much teaching meant to her. She returned to school, earned a master's degree in education, and became a full-time teacher. For 11 years, Anne Marie guided her students to become lifelong learners. It was a wonderfully challenging and rewarding experience for her. Thanks for everything, Anne Marie. We wish you the best in your retirement.
Steve Kitchen, 11 years.
Steve spent 11 years as a school bus driver. He has always had a passion for cars, trucks, and buses, so it was natural that he would become a school bus driver. It became even more apparent when he realized that long-distance truck driving was not the career for him. Steve basically traded carrying non-precious cargo for precious cargo. He truly enjoyed watching his students grow up. Best wishes for a very happy retirement, Steve.
Kathy Rice, 11 years.
Kathy joined FCPS and the Mosby Woods team in 2008 and has loved every minute of it, almost. Her students, colleagues, and the opportunities afforded her by FCPS have been wonderful, and she will remember all with love. Thank you, Kathy, and best wishes in your retirement.
Golzar Allen, 12 years.
In 1993, Golzar came to America from Iraq to pursue a career in education. From an early age, the importance of education was instilled in her veins by her parents. With these strong family roots and encouragement from her mother and father, she kept her dream alive, graduating from the University of Baghdad with a degree in education. After her arrival in the US, she realized she would need to further her education to continue her career in teaching and received a master's degree from George Mason University. Following her graduation, Golzar began teaching 8th grade science and has had a very fulfilling career. We wish you all the best goals are in your retirement.
Albert Lee Allison, 12 years.
A colleague writes, I was blessed to work alongside Albert in transportation for almost a decade. I met Albert on the very first day Fairfax County Schools began busing students out of an alternative school. There were challenges there, but Albert always remained cheerful and unflappable. He always showed compassion towards others, which can be rare, and he never hesitated to extend a helping hand. He became not just a coworker, but my dear friend. Best wishes for a very happy retirement, Albert.
Patsy Ellen Casino, 12 years.
Patsy Casino began her teaching career at age 54, when most teachers are thinking about retiring. She taught family and consumer science at Annandale High, South County High, and South County Middle School. She loved seeing how much her students enjoyed cooking or sewing a garment. These life skills gave them such sense of accomplishment. She will truly miss all the fun memories. Patsy is looking forward to her future career in television and film. Congratulations, Patsy. Best wishes for a long and happy retirement.
Arlene Liu, 12 years.
Arlene was educated with advanced degrees in business, fine art, and education. Taught visual art at FCPS for the past 12 years. Hughes Middle School was home for most of these years where she taught visual art. For 2 years, she also taught photography at South Lakes and Oakton High Schools. Her students produced award-winning art and were exhibited annually at the U.S. Geological Survey in Reston. She came to FCPS after a career in advertising, marketing, and international business development. In her retired life, she will begin a new career in commercial real estate. Best wishes on your new chapter, Arlene.
Tim Tabor, 12 years.
In the summer of 2005, Tim scrambled for a job due to circumstances outside of his control. He was lucky enough to land a job at Hughes Middle School. The job not only turned out to be his dream job, but his last job as well. Reston was not only where he worked, but where he lived. He was fortunate he could touch so many young people's lives. His proudest accomplishment was that his 7th grade PE team lasted 11 years together, from 2005 to 2016. The longevity of this team was truly the exception and not the rule, and something he was truly proud of. Wishing you a long and joyous retirement, Tim. Thank you for everything.
Wendy Hall, 13 years.
Wendy says, I love bus driving for FCPS. Where else are you paid to watch glorious sunrises, sunsets, dramatic weather, and changing seasons in a rolling 360-degree IMAX theater, complete with sundry kids to keep you young? I would not have retired at all except that wild, wonderful West Virginia's refreshing country roads and calming front porch swing strongly beckoned. I'm now bus driving through mountains. Goodbye to my FCPS family. Thank you for the memories. Thank you, Wendy. Wishing you all the best on the country roads.
Kathy McAuliffe, 13 years.
Kathy McAuliffe has been with FCPS for 20 years, having held several different positions that include both hourly and contracted work. For the past 13 years, she has been an ESOL teacher in a very diverse middle school. She loved her ESOL students, and they felt the same way about her. Although she will miss teaching ESOL, she looks forward to her next chapter in Wilmington, North Carolina area. We are grateful for your dedication, Kathy. Good luck in your retirement.
Lee Ming Rice, 13 years.
In 2005, after more than 20 years away from teaching, Leeming returned to the classroom. On her first day in the building, she noticed how clean.
Wait.
Who do we have here? The children walking to their classes brought it to life. This was truly an exciting place to be. So grateful for the opportunity to have been a special education teacher with FCPS. We wish you all the best with your well-earned retirement.
Jean Schrum, 13 years.
Jean, prior to working for FCPS, Jean was a preschool teacher while raising her two boys. Her career in FCPS began as a part-time records processor in the Department of Information Technology. After 10 years, she began the full-time registrar in the Records Center and is retiring after 13 years. We hope your retirement brings wonderful things, Jean. Congratulations.
Sherry Sherman, 13 years.
Mrs. Sherman has enjoyed these past 13 years teaching chemistry in FCPS to end her 31st year of teaching in the state of Virginia. She will miss the daily camaraderie with her colleagues in the warm and rigorous teaching environment of McLean High School. She looks forward to spending more time with her husband and family and continuing her love of learning new and interesting things. Wishing you a happy retirement with lots of success. Thank you, Sherry.
Suzanne Bond, 14 years.
Suzanne both met her husband and began working with FCPS in 2005. That same year, she attended a fourth grade field trip with her students to the Kennedy Center to see the National Symphony Orchestra. She was in awe. A small town Georgia girl sitting with her students in the Kennedy Center. She had to pinch herself. Then in 2011, she was hired as the assistant principal of Bush Hill Elementary. She never dreamed life would be so good to her. Congratulations on your retirement, Suzanne. We've truly appreciated your service.
Rashida Gaderi, 14 years.
Rashida has been an invaluable member of the Lake Braddock Secondary School family. She brought wisdom and compassion to every situation. Whether it's working with students, colleagues, or parents, Rashida could always be counted on to provide generous support and encouragement. She would like to congratulate all her fellow retirees for finding two new friends, the bed and the couch. You'll be hanging out with them a lot, she says. Wishing you all the best in your well-deserved retirement.
Carmen Hellman, 14 years.
A colleague writes, "It was meant to be." Carmen walked into the doors of Cedar Lane School in July 2005. Since receiving her keys to her wonderland of knowledge, she's been serving her students for the past 14 years. Every student that has walked through her Open Books, Open Doors library found their place. It's been a true privilege and honor to work alongside a woman who brings a beam of sunlight to everyone she interacts with. Best of luck in your retirement, Carmen.
Our second profile reader is Marty Smith, now at the podium. Our next retiree, Olivia de la Cruz Royamas, 14 years.
Olivia gets the opportunity to interact with multiple students on a daily basis. Not only does she get the satisfaction of teaching children new skills, she has the ability to improve their emotional well-being. Olivia can let a student from a broken home know that someone cares just by giving them a smile in the mornings or a pat on the back for a job well done. To teach is to touch a life forever. Thanks for your service, Olivia. You will be missed.
Barbara Borelli, 15 years.
A student writes, "Dear Mrs. Borelli, This year has been amazing. It has come to my attention that my opinion of certain subjects has changed dramatically since the start of the year. Science is really interesting, and I'm looking forward to learning more, reading more. Reading and writing class has gotten harder, but then again, the assignments are fun. One thing you have taught me this year is that no matter what, I am special. Thank you for that. We wish you the best, Barbara.
Donna Cox, 15 years.
Donna started her 15-year FCPS career after volunteering in her daughter's kindergarten class at Kent Gardens. The following school year, she was hired as an instructional assistant and worked at Kent Gardens for 5 years. From there, Donna worked at Child Find as an office assistant and then as an office assistant at Belvedere. The last stop for Donna was at the Fairfax County Adult High School working as a registrar. Thank you for all you have done, Donna, and best wishes for your retirement.
Chris Forward, 15 years.
Teaching math to middle schoolers was a wonderful second career choice for Chris. After shifting from high tech, it had been a joy and honor to share each day with so many wonderful students and colleagues. The aha moment and sheer excitement of learning made it easy to wake up early every day to go to work. Chris looks forward to turning off the alarm and spending more time with family and friends. Wishing you the best in your retirement, Chris, and thank you so much for your service.
Kathleen Hinson, 15 years.
Kathleen Hinson is a champion for students, teachers, and other paraprofessionals. Her warm presence and kind heart are who she is. Mrs. Hinson has a remarkable sense of compassion and has an uncanny ability to sense when a student or staff member needs direct support or just a kind listening ear. Kathleen exemplifies professionalism, and she instinctively recognizes when there is a need for support and has a magic way of offering guidance without judgment. Congratulations and best wishes for the future, Kathleen.
Nashuba Madni, 15 years.
Now, Shuba's journey as an educator began in 1992, teaching children at a private preschool in Falls Church. Several years later, she desired to return to the classroom, and this time with FCPS as a substitute instructional assistant. It wasn't long before she gained a contracted position as an IA and has enjoyed more than 15 years with FCPS, ending her tenure with Sleepy Hollow Elementary School. She enjoyed her time with her colleagues and, most of all, her students. Congratulations on your retirement, now Shuba.
Rebecca McDonough, 15 years.
Rebecca graduated from Purdue University with a bachelor's degree in speech and hearing science in 1976. She has worked as a speech pathologist in Korea, Germany, Maryland, Ohio, and Florida as she traveled the world with her Air Force husband before starting at Whitman Middle in 2004. Rebecca completed her master's degree in speech pathology from JMU in 2007. She feels honored and privileged to have served so many of our FCPS students over the years. Best wishes for your retirement, Rebecca.
Debbie White, 15 years.
Her colleagues write, Debbie White began her journey as a substitute teacher, but quickly realized her calling to work with special education students on a full-time basis and joined Deer Park Elementary. She has enjoyed building connections with students and cheering their success. Her innate ability to connect with students is second nature. She builds strong relationships and has maintained them with some students throughout their adulthood. A true gem. Congratulations on your retirement, Debbie.
Frances Brown, 16 years.
Frances said she had no sense of direction, and when she told her husband she was going to drive a bus, he said, "The kids will never make it home." After 16 years of driving the bus and getting all the students home safely, she would like to thank Dispatch and Transportation for 16 wonderful years. Congratulations on your retirement, Frances.
Kim Lip, 16 years.
Kim has worked as an occupational therapist supporting students with special needs for almost 30 years. She has supported dozens of schools in the Northern Virginia area during that time. She feels blessed to have had a career that reflected her love of children and desire to help them participate in school to the greatest extent possible. She is grateful to FCPS for being part of her journey. We've been fortunate to have you, Kim, and we wish you the best in your retirement.
Elizabeth Madero, 16 years.
For Elizabeth, teaching abroad and in the U.S. for 40 years has been an amazing, rewarding journey. During the last 16 years, it has been gratifying for her to be part of the James Madison faculty and community. She will have fond memories of her administrators, colleagues, and students. Upon retiring, she and her husband will travel throughout Europe and reside 5 months annually in Colombia, South America. Elizabeth says, "I will continue being a lifelong learner. Thank you, FCPS. Thank you for your dedication and your service, Elizabeth."
Teresa Montero Brown, 17 years.
Beginning her service with FCPS in 2002, Mrs. Brown completed her career as an IA at West Briar Elementary. And through all the challenges, her priority was to always provide an opportunity for each child to receive the education they deserve. As Mrs. Brown ends her career, she takes with her the satisfaction that she gave her best effort for the children she dearly loves. Thank you for the honor to work with our future leaders. Congratulations on your retirement, Teresa. And she happened to work for me as a principal, so I'm going to give her a big hug when she walks across the stage.
She just said Marty was the best principal she ever worked for.
Oh. That's so nice. That's great. Robert D'Souza, 17 years.
After a successful 30-year career in the automotive industry, Robert brought his talents to Lanier Middle School as a tech ed teacher. A former student remarks, "Thank you so much for all that you have done for us. You are a brilliant engineer and a better teacher." And from a former principal of Lanier, "I have been amazed as your students competed and always won Kid-Win competitions as you used your personal time and money to travel with them to national competitions, never asking them for anything in return. Thank you, Robert, for your dedication to FCPS, and enjoy your well-deserved retirement."
Katrika Goins-Williams, 17 years.
Katrika started her FCPS career as a PHTA. She then accepted an opportunity as supervisor of registration and ESOL registrar for adult education. Her journey then landed her in human resources for 9 years, 5 in equity and compliance, and the last 4 with employee programs. Since retiring, Katrika has relocated back to Michigan, where she holds a position in human resource with Kalamazoo Public Schools. Surrounded by family, she enjoys spending her spare time with them, to include her 12 grandchildren. Congratulations on your retirement, Katrika.
Birdie Griffin, 17 years.
Birdie has been a dependable school bus driver for 15 years. Prior to working for FCPS, she retired as a corrections officer. You may think that's an odd combination of careers, but she has shown that you can be tough in some situations, but also a softie in others. She's never short for words and can keep you laughing at the silliest things. There will never be another Birdie. You'll be sorely missed by all your peers and students. Bye-bye, Birdie. We love you. Best of luck in your retirement.
That's good. Marie Loducci, 17 years.
In total, Maria spent the past 43 years supporting FCPS programs as a parent volunteer, PTSA officer, board member of both Fairfax County Association for the Gifted and the Northern Virginia Council for Gifted and Talented Education, substitute teacher, and employee. In 2013, Marie was TJ's nominee for Support Staff Employee of the Year. And now, after 22 years at TJ, 17 as an employee, Maria is ready to retire on September 30th. Best wishes for your retirement, Marie.
Randall Miller, 17 years.
Randy Miller is excited to start a new chapter in beautiful Seattle. He owes much of his many years working with FCPS and the Smithsonian Institute. He carries with him his passion for teaching kids and adults. And when asked what he will miss the most, Randy responded that making a difference in students' lives and mentoring teachers have been the most rewarding experiences. Congratulations on your retirement, Randy, and we appreciate your dedicated service.
Jane Pattison, 17 years.
Jane began her teaching career in 1973 in Suffolk, Virginia, and after 10 years off to raise her 2 children, she returned to teaching in Augusta County, Virginia, where she taught for 17 years before moving to Fairfax County in 2001. Her love for children and math kept her excited about learning and teaching. She retired last July with 35 years of service and is enjoying it. Thank you for your dedication and service, Jane.
Deshawn Stewart, 17 years.
Kindness is free, says Deshawn, and she would like to thank the staff and faculty for all the support they've given her, especially Dr. LeBlanc. Deshawn loves children, and to have spent her life's passion with FCPS was a blessing. As she puts it, it's time to hit the relax button and enjoy life. We wish you the best, Deshawn.
Jane Surza, 18 years.
Jane started her FCPS career as a kindergarten teacher at Stratford Landing Elementary School. After her first year, she graduated to teaching second grade. Continuing her FCPS journey, she became a school-based technology specialist at Stratford Landing, where she has been for the last 18 years, working with wonderful staff and students. Along the way, she picked up a STEAM endorsement and taught STEAM and technology classes to enthusiastic Stratford Landing students. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, Jane.
Lalitha Daraswamy, 18 years.
Mrs. Doraiswamy has been in the field of education for the past 35 years. She has taught overseas in India, Somalia, Nepal, Saudi Arabia, and most recently in FCPS since 2001. Her students and their parents are her biggest fans as they nominated her for the FCPS Outstanding Teacher Award. Through the years, her love for teaching and for her students never diminished, and her impact on those around her only grew exponentially. As one student notes, she is the one and only Mrs. Doraiswamy. Mrs. Doraiswamy feels privileged to have touched and have been touched by so many lives. Congratulations and best wishes for the future, Lalitha.
Jo Beth Elliott, 18 years.
Because of Jo Beth Elliott, Wilton Woods Center has an annual giving tree and an active sunshine committee. For 22 years, both part-time, hourly, and full-time, Jo Beth served the staff at Wilton Woods Information Technology Center, finding answers and solutions for FCPS issues. Optimistic, cheerful, approachable, and caring, that's Jo Beth. Jo Beth has spent the last 9 years serving the Bryant Alternative High School community with compassion for all. Jo has a big heart and is the consummate employee. Best wishes, Jo Beth. You will be missed.
Our next reader is Douglas Tyson. Peggy Howell, 18 years.
Peggy taught kindergarten in Fairfax County's Title I schools for 18 years. My husband, she says, who was born and raised in El Salvador, frequently reminds me of the stark contrast between our schools and those in El Salvador and other Central American countries. She feels grateful to have touched the lives of so many young children and to have made such a big difference in their future. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, Peggy. Give Peggy a round of applause.
Farah Rubadi, 18 years.
During her tenure in FCPS, During her tenure at FCPS, Farah had the pleasure of working with many outstanding colleagues and staff. 3 children who all attended and graduated from FCPS went on to become successful young adults, and for that, she's truly grateful. In retirement, she will enjoy her time off with her beautiful wife while they watch their grandchildren grow together. She would like to thank Edison High School and staff for their continued support. Best of luck in your retirement, Farah.
Eileen Wares-Holm, 18 years.
A college class for certification by the Library of Congress as a Braille transcriptionist intrigued Eileen and changed the course of her life forever. She discovered a passion and her mission for helping blind and visually impaired students to become independent travelers. She worked in New York City with a rehabilitation center, then with the Virginia Department for the Blind and Visually Impaired, before obtaining a position with the Fairfax County Vision Program, where she worked for 3 years before staying home to raise her 2 adopted children. But she returned in 2003 for another 15 years of fulfilling her mission and desire to empower those without sight. Thank you for everything you've done, Eileen. Enjoy your retirement.
Nima Awudala, 19 years.
Nima began her career with Freedom Hill Elementary in the cafeteria and soon after shifted to the classroom assisting special needs children. In 2006, she transferred to Sleepy Hollow Elementary to continue her work with children with autism. Nima loves her students and the supportive family that exists at Sleepy Hollow and would like to thank all the people she works with every single day, especially Miss Amanda Snyder. All the best in retirement, Nima.
Amy Darger Stewart, 19 years.
A parent and colleague writes, in the early 2000s, Amy was a kindergarten teacher to both of my daughters. In 2013, we were reunited as I joined her Head Start classroom as an instructional assistant. What I learned from Amy is a fierce conviction to advocate for children and families and to allow my energy and enthusiasm to encompass all that I do. I carry those lessons every day in my current work in preschool special education. Amy is my favorite teacher. We are grateful for your dedication, Amy. Best of luck in your retirement.
Donald Ray Drain, 19 years.
Donald writes, in my 23 years of service to the schools of Fairfax County, I really enjoyed my employment. I worked as a host, cashier, food service worker, van driver, warehouse driver, vending driver, and had the opportunity to receive my food manager license. I was also the manager on duty on several occasions. The friends and co-workers were truly a joy to share my time with. Thank you for the memories. Thank you, Donald, for your service. You will be missed.
Sajida Hussein, 19 years.
Sajida has enjoyed a global career teaching on 2 continents, in Asia for 17 years in Pakistan and 19 years in North America for FCPS. She has brought wisdom and compassion to every situation at Lynbrook Elementary. As she frequently says, you know it's time to retire when it takes 2 tries to get off the couch. In retirement, she's looking forward to spending more time with her husband. Thank you for your dedication, Sajida.
Tony Jones, 19 years.
Thousands of students have been impacted in a positive way through the support and guidance of a professional school counselor, Tony Jones. Her counseling career spans over 20 years, and she is retiring after 19 years at Mount Vernon High School. Noteworthy are the relationships she has fostered with students, parents, and colleagues. Her passion and advocacy shine in bridging the achievement gap through the various groups she has facilitated. Alumni often reach out to Ms. Jones, citing her positive influence in their lives. Wishing you a long and joyous retirement, Tony. Thank you for everything you've done for FCPS.
Sue King, 19 years.
Sue writes, September 1998, and I hadn't had an interview, much less a job offer. I was in despair. In October came the phone call. Would I be interested in interviewing for a long-term sub position at Chesterbrook Elementary? Yes, indeed. The same answer I gave when I was asked in the spring if I wanted to stay on. Over the 19 years, it has been my honor and joy to work with the Chesterbrook community. Good luck in retirement, Sue. We know it will bring much happiness to you.
Teresa Gauthier Lusby, 19 years.
Teresa began teaching with FCPS when her youngest of 3 was in middle school. She spent 12 wonderful and rewarding years teaching special education and then mathematics and general education at Annandale High School. The past 7 years, she taught mathematics with the Interagency Alternative Schools program at Bryant High School and Robinson Secondary School. She feels blessed and privileged to have worked with so many youngsters and so many talented faculty members. Thank you for your service, Teresa.
Monica Sangtongkum, 19 years.
Never had she imagined she would be with FCPS for this many years, but she is thankful and feels blessed. Monica has met a lot of good people through the years, teachers, parents, students, and co-workers. Everyone has been so helpful and kind. She has enjoyed her time here very much and will miss everyone. Wishing you a long and joyous retirement, Monica. Thank you for everything you've done, and we'll miss you too.
Our next retiree takes us back to 12 years of service, but the reason we're introducing him now is that he's retiring next to his wife, who is up next in our retiree order. Doran Smith, 12 years, and Meta Smith, 19 years.
Doran was a photographer who began subbing on occasion, which turned into a long-term sub job in geosystems. He was hooked and was hired as a special education teacher at Herndon High School, where he has taught for 12 years. He became certified in biology and subsequently taught self-contained biology. Although very challenging, Doran found working with these students to be extremely rewarding, and they and their parents loved him. Thanks for everything, Doran. We wish you the best in your retirement. Meta Smith. After 20 years in aerospace, Meta decided to do something more meaningful and became a high school math teacher at Herndon High School, where she has been for the last 19 years. Meta loves teaching statistics because her students find applications for it everywhere. She loves all the emails she gets from former students who are using statistics and the many who chose statistics as a career. Congratulations on your retirement, Meta. We appreciate your dedicated service, and so does Doran, your husband. He's looking forward to cooking you breakfast each morning.
Cecilia Carr, 20 years.
30 years ago, Cecilia didn't own an oven. She didn't own a dishwasher or a clothes dryer. Now she has an oven, a dishwasher, a dryer, and 7 Teacher of the Year awards, including the Washington Post Agnes Meyer Distinguished Teacher Award. Not yet, Cecilia. We're not finished. Cecilia is not just an English teacher, but she's also a mentor, a cheerleader, and a survivor. She has touched the lives of countless students, colleagues, and parents. Congratulations, Cecilia. You're a superhero.
Carolyn Farrick, 20 years.
A former student writes, when I was 9, I ambushed Miss Farrick and shrieked, "We have an idea." By saying yes to something preposterous, we started a nonprofit together and I sensed then what I know now. Miss Farrick was never just indulging me. For 15 years, I've watched her afford dignity to the overlooked and underappreciated, to children and to nature. Your love is an act of conservation. You preserve the best in all of us. Well done, Carolyn. You will be missed.
Barbara Fisher, 20 years.
Barbara served as a school social worker for 4 high schools, a middle school, and 3 elementary schools during her earlier years with FCPS. She then provided leadership, professional development, and supervision for a staff of 55 social workers. Helping develop the Fairfax Trauma-Informed Community Network, she spearheaded training for over 3,000 teachers and staff across FCPS in trauma awareness. She is a dedicated social worker and appreciative of her wonderful colleagues with FCPS. We are grateful, Barbara, for your dedication and best of luck in your retirement.
Linda Harris, 20 years.
Linda is honored to be part of the FCPS retirement celebration and glad to be reunited with her colleagues. She began her time with Fairfax County Public Schools as a custodian in September 1996 and retired 20 years later with absolutely no regrets. She has really enjoyed every opportunity to get to know her teammates, whom she lovingly refers to as her work family, and will continue to enjoy all of her wonderful memories at FCPS. Thanks for the journey, Fairfax County Public Schools. Best wishes to you, Linda, for your retirement.
Lisa Hayes, 20 years.
Lisa has been an educator for over 20 years. She went into the profession of teaching because she loves children. Lisa started in Fairfax County Public Schools as an ESOL teacher. She also spent several years as an elementary classroom teacher and most recently as a resource teacher. Throughout her years with FCPS, she has worked with students from preschool to high school. More than anything, she will miss the children. Wishing you a long and joyous retirement, Lisa. Thank you for everything you've done for Fairfax County Public Schools.
Donna Kobilius, 20 years.
After a career in business, Donna decided to answer the call of teaching. Upon leaving Rhode Island, she began her teaching adventures in Alexandria, where she taught 3rd grade. When she moved to Fairfax County, she started as a classroom teacher and transitioned to becoming an advanced math teacher and math lead. She has truly enjoyed working with all of the staff and students who have passed through her doors over the years. We wish you the very best, Donna, in your retirement.
David Kuchenbecker, 20 years.
When David joined FCPS, he came for the job, but stayed for the people. He knew he found his niche, whether it was providing technical support to his customers or being the mayor of Sprague Center, crisis manager, the spirit of the Sunshine Committee, and the chair of the Support Services Employee Advisory Council to his list of accomplishments. As he moves on, David will miss his friends and co-workers the most. Thanks for your service, David. You will truly be missed. Congratulations, David.
Jim McClellan, 20 years.
After serving 24 years as a Marine Corps aviator, Jim came to the classroom through the Troops for Teachers program. His wife said he wouldn't last 3 days with teenagers. But here we are, 20 years later. What does your wife know, Dave? Another interesting fact about Jim is he may be the only teacher in FCPS to periodically be called out of class to the scene of a crime scene. Curious? Talk to Jim about that one. Congratulations, Jim, on your retirement.
Patricia Batiste Kumena, 20 years.
Patricia spent her career with FCPS, ensuring that students, our most precious cargo, arrive to and from school safely and soundly. She looked forward to seeing the children as much as they look forward to seeing her. She says, I learned many streets and schools in Fairfax County, and I did it all with a smile. Thank you for your service, and congratulations, Patricia, on your retirement.
Our next reader is Rebecca Bainick. Donna Ruggles, 20 years.
Donna taught 19 of her 20 years at Springfield Estates Elementary School. While her job there began in 1999, she actually became part of the school community in 1990 when her oldest child started kindergarten. She was a room mom and library volunteer during that time. Springfield Estates has been like a second home for her, and she looks forward to remaining a part of the school as a substitute teacher. Congratulations, Donna. Got one! Best wishes on your next adventure.
Okay, Lucinda Sexton, 20 years.
Lucinda is a national board certified teacher in early childhood music. She promoted global citizenship at Daniels Run by creating a Korean drum class and yearly international assembly at Daniels Run. Lucinda has taught academy courses, been a great beginnings coach, served on the FGMEA board, and presented at a National Music Educator Conference. Best wishes for a very happy retirement, Lucinda.
Sherry Wallenstein, 20 years.
Sherry's career with FCPS has been an unexpected one. She never planned to be a teacher. Instead, she started as an instructional assistant at Carson Middle, drawn to the hours and benefits. Thanks to the encouragement of the 2 teachers she assisted, she completed a career switcher program and became a full-fledged special education teacher. Over her career, she journeyed from Hughes Middle to Herndon Middle, AIS, and returned full circle, finishing her career back at Carson Middle. Life happened, and she found her passion. All the best in your retirement, Sherry.
Susan Wadan, 20 years.
Susan taught preschool special education for 30 years, 20 of those in FCPS. One of her fondest memories is when a parent of one of her students shared that her son told her, "Miss Susan loves me." It meant a lot to that mom that her 3-year-old felt loved by his teacher. Susan plans to continue sharing that love with her friends and family, including her 5 grandchildren. We wish you the best, Susan.
Herman Kubesis, 21 years.
Mr. Cabezas has dreamed of becoming a teacher since his high school days, but his immigration status brought challenges to his desired career path, so he entered the business world instead. While running his own business, he was blessed with a lovely daughter. The birth of his daughter was the final nudge he needed to break free and to fulfill his dream of becoming an educator and to provide stability for his family. Mr. Cabezas was very passionate about education and loved nothing more than being an educator. Good luck in your retirement, Herman. We hope it brings much happiness.
Maria Eroa, 21 years.
Maria began her career with FCPS in 1997. She came to work every day with a smile, eager to start the day as a public health attendant. Her goal was to support the teachers while making sure that the needs of all students under her care received the individual attention needed to complete their activities and projects. Thank you, Maria, for your service.
Gary Ritter, 21 years.
At the age of 14, Gary knew he wanted to teach English. He didn't know his dream would be delayed by 2 decades and then further modified by teaching not English, but mathematics. It was quite a ride from network administrator to mathematics department chair. As a career switcher, his opportunity to teach FCPS students started in mid-December 1996. Holmes Middle School was his only home. The daily interactions and encouragement he gave his students is what he'll miss most. Best of luck in your retirement, Gary.
Arlene Rosenbush, 21 years.
Arlene started out teaching third grade in FCPS in 1997. She went on to teach fourth grade in the AAP Center for a number of years. For the last half of her career, she was an advanced academics resource teacher and STEAM teacher, working with grades kindergarten through sixth grade. Known for her creativity and innovative teaching practices, students loved coming to her class and often told her how it was their favorite. Congratulations and best wishes for the future, Arlene.
Patricia Eileen Zeiss.
For Patricia, teaching sixth grade students with learning disabilities for 20 of her 21 years was challenging but very rewarding. Each year brought a new group of students. Time passed very quickly, reminding her of the lyrics from a song. The mockingbird sings each different song. Each song has wings, they won't stay long. Though the students came and went, connections were made for life, with many former students returning to visit and share their achievements. She will always remember her favorite heartwarming note that stated, "I will not forget your constant encouragement and smiles." We are grateful for your dedication. Good luck in your retirement, Patricia.
Gina Morgan Adu Gemfi, 22 years.
When Gina's journey with FCPS began in 1997, she was determined to seek full-time employment after getting part-time opportunities at Edison High School and Mount Vernon Woods Elementary. Within a week, she was hired full-time at Riverside Elementary. The principal was extremely impressed by how quickly she arrived for her interview with very short notice. She used that same determination for 22 years to serve FCPS with pride. Congratulations on your retirement, Gina. We appreciate your dedicated service.
Mark Allen Benny.
Mark was excited to begin his career with FCPS in 1997 as one of the original 23 technology support specialists. Theirs was a program with a seemingly impossible task: to solve a backlog of 7,000 computer work orders with an 8-week wait list. 2 years later, that number was vastly reduced to 500 work orders and only a few days wait. To have been part of the formation of one of the most successful divisions in information technology is an accomplishment he will always treasure. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, Mark.
Michelle Armstrong, 22 years.
Michelle's career at FCPS began after 15 years with the federal government and 7 years at home raising her children. She started with the Department of Information Technology, then on to Human Resources. Next came the adult high school, and finally completing her time at the Office of Professional Learning and Family Engagement. 23 years later, her journey has come to an end. Now she's off to an exciting and wonderful retirement. Thank you for your dedication and service, Michelle.
Beverly Osborne, 22 years.
Mrs. Osborne joined FCPS as a front office secretary at Lake Ann, then onto a library assistant position at Green Acres. She continued her career at Daniels Run, where she was inspired to further her education. She enrolled at Marymount University, taking evening classes, and earned a master's degree in special education. She taught in the field of special education for 10 years. Her last 3 years were spent as an instructional assistant working with small group intervention using leveled literacy intervention. It's truly been a joy for her. Best wishes for a happy retirement, Beverly.
Kathleen Puckett, 22 years.
Kathleen began her FCPS career as a substitute teacher in the area elementary schools and realized that she had found her true calling. After obtaining her credentials, Kathleen's final student teaching assignment at Lanier Middle School in Fairfax City became her home for the next 22 years. She taught 7th grade U.S. history for her entire career and strived to instill a love of country and its history in all of her students. Teaching touches lives forever. We've been fortunate to have you, Kathleen. We wish you the best in your retirement.
Terry Suderline, 22 years.
Terry has spent the last 22 years as an elementary school teacher being able to transfer her love of learning, especially of mathematics, to her students. She will miss receiving cards from her students with messages such as this: I learned a lot from you, not only for academics, because you also taught me to believe in myself. You are a great teacher and an awesome person. Well done, Terry. You will be missed.
Annika Range Williams, 22 years.
A parent of a student writes, Annika Range Williams, or Miss Annika to us, worked with our daughter on her speech delay through Child Find. She came to our home twice a week for 2 years. We secretly suspected Miss Annika's last name was Poppins, as she pulled an endless number of fun games and toys out of her big bags. We were sad when our daughter aged out of the Child Find program, and we had to say goodbye to not only a wonderful teacher, but a friend. Thanks for everything, Annika. We wish you the best in your retirement.
Clara Campos, 23 years.
Clara came to Fairfax County Public Schools 24 years ago and started working with the diverse community at the Central Registration Office as a registrar. She then became a student services assistant where she stayed through the end of her career. She enjoyed working with families coming from different countries who spoke different languages. She felt very lucky to be the person who welcomed those families to FCPS for the first time. It was a very special experience. Wishing you the best in your retirement, Clara. Thank you for your service.
Mansour El Ashlani, 23 years.
For Mansour, one of the things that made working for Marshall High School special was the group of people he got to work with. Also, he was able to see the students grow through all 4 years at the school as he and his team worked through each lunch period. Seeing the students on their last day of school before embarking on to greater things was something special to him. He will treasure the relationships and the memories. Thank you, Mansour, and a good luck with your retirement.
Natalie Wiles, 23 years.
Arriving in Virginia with her family in a move for her husband's military career, Natalie began her FCPS employment as an instructional assistant at Westbriar Elementary from 1993 until 1995. Returning from Germany, she moved from Westbriar in 1998 to Kings Glen in 1999. She became a special education teacher in 2005 with the encouragement of administrators and staff there. Her greatest joy was teaching and learning from children as well as fellow teachers. Best wishes for a very happy retirement, Natalie.
Lynn O'Neill, 24 years.
Lynn's educational journey started in 1974, graduating from Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Lynn also holds a master's in education from George Mason University. The last 19 years, she found her home at Saratoga Elementary, teaching third graders. Prior to that, she taught second and sixth graders at Cardinal Forest. Professional opportunities came to share her educational expertise as she was lead mentor for 20 years. She looks forward to retirement with smiles of pride and accomplishment. It was a great ride. Thank you, Lynn, and good luck with your retirement.
Our returning reader is Mr. Marty Smith. Antonino Powell, 24 years.
Antonino began his career with FCPS in 1997, and over the next 24 years, he moved through the ranks and became a building supervisor in 2007 at Woodlawn Elementary. Antonino has touched the lives of many students, staff, and parents with his can-do attitude. As Antonino will tell you, life is good. Enjoy your retirement, Antonino.
Mary Randolph, 24 years.
With 24 years in Fairfax, along with 20 other years in Virginia and Washington, D.C., Mary enjoyed a satisfying and successful career as an advocate for children and a partner with families. She has worked with phenomenal teachers to ensure that every child has been successful, and she takes with her millions of happy memories. Congratulations on your retirement, Mary. We've truly appreciated your dedicated service.
Mohammed Afzal Aziz, 25 years.
Mohammed spent 25 years as a high school science teacher, which turned out to be the most challenging, resilient, and rewarding experience of his life. Coming from Kenya, which nurtured and inherited a British form of education, this was to be a litmus test for his survival in the USA. His going back to graduate school was the game changer in his life, and he is so proud of that. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, Mohammed.
Roxanne David, 25 years.
So this is the Yummy On song, ladies. So Roxanne has made a difference in so many children's lives, from creating the Yummy On breakfast song to ensuring that each child never leaves the cafeteria without a good morning and a smile. After retirement, Roxanne plans on going into full-time ministry and spending more time with her grandson. She will also be taking a mission trip to Sierra Leone and opening up a food truck. We are grateful for your dedication and good luck in your retirement.
Karen Fowler, 25 years.
Some of Karen's favorite memories include hiking around Burke Lake with an earth science class from Cedar Lane, reading aloud the entire Apex programs of government and econ for a hardworking young man, following the Jaguar football team to games all over the region, and countless graduation ceremonies full of celebration. While she will miss her students and colleagues, she is excited to graduate herself this year and move on to the next adventure. We wish you the best with all your well-earned retirement, Karen.
Lucille Hembrecht, 25 years.
All specialists have a duty, Lucille will tell you. Year one, I had the dreaded early morning crosswalk duty. As with everything she does, Lucille took the challenge and became a fashionista, dressing in her Sunday best and even wearing her Kentucky Derby hat. What a morale boost for all who passed by or arrived at school. And whether it's working with students, colleagues, or parents, Lucille could always be counted on to provide generous support, encouragement, and even an occasional laugh. Congratulations on your retirement.
John Hins, 25 years.
John was nominated for FCPS Teacher of the Year in 2006. His educational philosophy is to first make connections with students, then deliver the goods. During his 25 years with FCPS, all at the Davis Career Center, he has survived 11 different principals. John's wife, Amy, is his constant and unwavering support. Together they have 4 children, 2 of whom have Down syndrome and were adopted from Ukraine in 2006. No more commute, Dada's coming home. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, John.
Carolyn Hyman, 25 years.
After 25 years in the same school, what Carolyn will miss the most of all are the echoes in the hallway ringing out. I didn't know who to give the flyers to, so they're in your box. A parent is on the phone, a student needs you, CLT is meeting, and the echoes could ring on and on and on. However, what Mount Vernon Woods will miss the most, the countless lives of students, staff, and parents that you have touched. Best luck in your retirement.
Annie Sauter McPheron, 25 years.
A student writes, I remember very little about middle school, but I remember Ms. Salter's impact on my life. She is the definition of tough love. I was self-conscious about my writing abilities. She gave me a voice. She's one of my greatest role models, the definition of what every teacher should be. I could never express my gratitude for how she positively shaped me into the person that I am today. Congratulations on your retirement, Annie.
Kelly Rhodes, 25 years.
Kelly has been with FCPS for 25 years, first serving as one of the original Pyramid Technology Training Specialists, they were called PITS back then, as well as one of the original Technology Support Specialists, then serving on the IT FAST team. Kelly has supported the FCPS librarians, student readers of the staff and library support services throughout this time. An avid reader herself, it has been rewarding and a pleasure for her to support our wonderful FCPS librarians. Best wishes for your retirement, Kelly.
Gabriel Romano, 25 years.
A Thomas Jefferson High School graduate, Gabriel did not speak much English as a young boy, but was inspired by many of his teachers during his early years as an FCPS student. Gabriel started his teaching career in 1994 at McLean High School, where he was a physical education teacher and varsity girls basketball coach. His 25-year tenure includes a 16-year stint at Annandale High School and the last 6 years at Hayfield Secondary. Thank you for your service, Gabriel.
Con Tyler Smith, 25 years.
A parent writes, my son has severe anxiety and ADD. Con Tyler Smith's class provided him with a structured and loving environment where he felt safe, even as she nudged him beyond his comfort zone. She partnered with me throughout the year and we watched my son thrive. Her class was not easy, but as a successful college sophomore, my son will tell you that Miss Tyler Smith was one of the teachers he remembers for positively impacting his life. We are grateful for your dedication, Con. Good luck in your retirement.
Cheryl Wasinski, 25 years.
Cheryl recalls a fond memory. A student asked me to be her guest at a class presentation, and most other students had invited their parents, and I felt very honored. This student had such an infectious smile and happy attitude every day in my lunch line. I will miss this student and all of the others I have served over the past 25 years. Best wishes for your retirement, Cheryl.
Lee Fun Wong, 25 years.
As a stay-at-home mom for many years, Lee began her career with FCPS in 1993. Lee had the fortune to work at Robinson Secondary where her son would attend. She wanted to be nearby her son and be able to see him grow without missing out on the important events. Most importantly, Lee has made friends that will last a lifetime. Good luck, Lee, with your retirement. You will be missed.
Chris Bayer, 26 years.
A colleague writes, Chris has been a monumental figure within the Rose Hill community for 26 years. A former parent, instructional assistant, and colleague, her love of the Rose Hill students and staff was demonstrated in all she did. She loves teaching and learning where her whole self lights up the room with her genuine smile. As her colleague and friend, her aura will be greatly missed within our building. We wish you the best. Thank you for your service, Chris.
Carrie Iaquinta Springer, 26 years.
For Carrie, FCPS was her first and only real job with benefits. Most of her 26-plus years were at Holmes Middle School as a teacher leader. She opened Liberty Middle in 2002 and served as math department chair. Returning to Holmes Middle School as dean in 2009, and for the past 6 years, she has served as the instructional coach. She truly has loved and appreciated every part of her career that FCPS has offered. Thanks for all you have done, Carrie, and best wishes for your retirement.
Maureen Marshall, 26 years.
Dr. Maureen Marshall began her career in FCPS in 1993 as a special education teacher at Springfield Estates Elementary School, then in 1999 at Crestwood Elementary as an administrative intern. Maureen worked on Capitol Hill for a year on No Child Left Behind and then returned to start her administrative career in 2002 at Garfield Elementary School as AP, then principal. She is finishing her career all in Region 3 at Stratford Landing Elementary School, where her 10 and 8-year-old girls will have to adjust to their role as just their mom and no longer their principal. Maureen is thrilled to join GMU as an assistant professor in education leadership this fall. We are grateful for your dedication. Good luck in your retirement.
Zoe Patton, 26 years.
Zoe Patton began her rewarding 26-year career with FCPS in 1993 as a first-grade teacher at Churchill Road Elementary, and then taught first and second grades for 13 years at Chesterbrook Elementary. From 2007 until present, she has loved sharing her Hispanic culture, teaching Spanish in the FLES LTC program at Navy and Cherry Run Elementary for 6 years each. She has trained countless new teachers as a Great Beginnings coach and lead mentor. Wishing you the best in retirement, Zoe.
Marina Afendakis, 27 years.
Marina Afendakis, a native of Greece, came to the United States as a teenager. She learned English here and continued her undergraduate studies at the University of Tennessee and followed that by earning her master's at Georgetown University. Marina has enjoyed teaching ESOL and Italian FLES at Fairfax County Public Schools for 27 years. She has countless beautiful memories from all the students and colleagues she worked with. Her children and grandchildren are very proud of her. Good luck in retirement, Marina, and we hope it brings you much happiness.
Luann Hassinger, 27 years.
Luann was doing what she loved for 40 hours a week for 27 years at the same school, which made the decision to retire very difficult. The day-to-day experiences were always new and exciting. Luann has welcomed parents and students from all over the world, registered over 3,000 students, survived 3 major floods in the building before renovation, survived through 9/11, the sniper, mentoring countless students, a tornado prior to dismissal, and administrative changes that she both supported and influenced. For her, it has been an honor and a privilege. We hope your retirement brings you wonderful things, Luann.
Our next reader is Fabio Zuluaga. Sue Ellen Brown Nisley, 27 years.
Sue Ellen Nisley has been in Fairfax County for 27 years. Prior to that, she taught in London County. She's a proud of Fairfax County Public Schools, having attended Weyanoke Elementary, Holmes Middle School, and graduated from Thomas Jefferson High. He has enjoyed her many years teaching and has made lifelong friends. She's not sure what the future brings, but she knows that she's looking forward to spending time with her 6 granddaughters. Enjoy your retirement, Sue Ellen.
Cindy Noble, 27 years.
Cindy began teaching elementary general music and chorus in 1986 with 2 years in private school. In her 27 years at FCPS, she has taught at Lauren Ridge, Greenbrier West, Oak Hill, Freedom Hill, Colin Powell, and then 17 years at Poplar Tree Elementary School. Cindy is very thankful to have had a wonderful career in FCPS and for working with so many wonderful students, parents, and teachers and administrators. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, Cindy.
Ennis Rodriguez, 27 years.
Ennis Rodriguez was very proud to be part of FCPS as an employee for more than 27 years. She's married to her wonderful husband and is a proud mother of 1 an only son, and 4 lovely grandchildren. Ennis is grateful for all the support she has received from her principal and co-workers at Gunston Elementary School. Best wishes on a very retirement time for you, Ennis. Thank you.
Ann Smith, 27 years.
When Anne began teaching in a Title I school, she knew that she had found her niche and stayed at Wayanoke Elementary for 25 years. One parent volunteer turned FCPS colleague wrote about her the following: how she supported her students' growth, how she taught me how to support the kids, and seeing how far each one of my students progressed during the school year was one of my inspirations to switch to a teaching career in Fairfax. Thank you, and wishing you happy retirement and lots of success. Thank you.
Joyce Denise Steed, 27 years.
Joyce writes the following: my journey began in September of 1991 when I relocated to Virginia with my family from New York City. A neighbor in my community introduced me to FCPS Food Services. About 3 years later, I became a manager. Year after that, I worked as an instructional assistant, office assistant, and a student information assistant. I received an award for appreciation in food service and Support Employee of the Year. Mrs. Steed, jobs well done. Congratulations and happy retirement. Very good.
Shirley Altunian, 28 years.
Shirley Altoyan had a 28-year career with FCPS. She began in food services and worked her way to the attendant's office, serving as an administrative assistant at Annandale High School until she retired in 2018. There is no face she doesn't recognize, and students, teachers, and parents alike enjoy her warm personality and giving nature. Wishing you the best retirement, Shirley.
Jeanette Hammond Boyle, 28 years.
As an art teacher at James Madison High School for 27 years, Jeanette Boyle taught all areas of art. She was instrumental in starting digital arts in FCPS, writing curriculum, and teaching the first courses at Madison. Although she has received several teacher awards, she's very proud of all the accomplishments from her students. Through her years, they received numerous arts awards, and a number of her students are working in art professions, including one former student who is now working as an art director for Disney. Wishing you the best retirement, Jeanette. Thank you for all your service to FCPS.
Michelle Brown, 28 years.
Michelle began working for FCPS in 1985 as an administrative assistant. She left to spend time with my family and returned in 1992, then becoming a finance technician in 2005 at Mount Vernon High School. She's honored to be a proud parent of 3 Mount Vernon High School graduates and an employee of FCPS for the past 28 years. We wish you the best on your well-earned retirement, Michelle.
Jackie Johnson, 28 years.
Jackie began her career in FCPS in 1991. She taught 1st through 4th grades and especially enjoyed working with teachers and students as a Title I math resource teacher. She worked at Bryn Mawr Park, Bailey's Upper, Sleepy Hollow. She loved the kindergarten students who called her Miss Johnson, and also when former students asked her if she taught at Bryn Mawr Park, a school she called home for the last 26 years. We wish you the best on your well-earned retirement, Jackie.
Walter Lapine, 28 years.
Early into his time at the Spring Hill Elementary, it was just Walter's 2nd month of managing the cafeteria there. He's situated behind the cashier, checking off students' lunch purchases and moving a long line of hungry students. Out of the blue, a young guy, 5 or 6 years of age, leans over and places a kiss on his cheek. Pretty special customer feedback. Walter was inspired to attend night school, finish college, and 5 years later, he's supervising 20 managers and 75 staff. His dream job for the next 23 years. He loved every minute, especially helping children and staff succeed. Congratulations on your retirement, Warren. We appreciate your service.
Terry Tuthill, 28 years.
Terry has spent the past 28 years teaching in Fairfax County. She has modeled young people into leaders who are able to read with expression, write with intent, and handle numbers like champions. As an instructional assistant in her class for the past 2 years, I can tell you that she had the vocation for teaching. Her wisdom, discipline, humor, and love made her run home to me and all her students. Terry, you will be missed immensely and thought of often. Thank you for making your classroom a happy place and for giving so many children the best gifts of all, learning and love. Enjoy your retirement.
Melissa Vegan, 28 years.
A colleague of Melissa writes, Melissa has been an educator for 35 years. I have had the privilege of working with Melissa for the last 8. She has been my instructional assistant since I first started teaching. Although her title is of an instructional assistant, she's more than just that. Melissa is my right-hand man. Our classroom runs smoothly because an amazing instructional assistant like her. Thank you for your service, Melissa. Happy retirement. We are going to miss you tremendously.
Phyllis Wheeler, 28 years.
Phyllis worked 28 years for FCPS in office staff support as an instructional assistant. She worked for every principal at Willow Springs Elementary since the school opened. A coworker said, a title to describe Phyllis would be School Ambassador Extraordinaire, or CESO, Chief Everything School Officer. Our school community owes her our heartfelt gratitude. Phyllis celebrated her 45th wedding anniversary this month and will enjoy traveling and taking cruises with her husband, John. Best wishes on your retirement, Phyllis.
Carrie Krimmel, 29 years.
Although Carrie has worked other jobs, it seems it was her destiny to become a teacher. Her mom is a retired teacher. Her sister is a teacher. Her grandmother was a teacher. Her great-great-grandmother was a teacher. Several aunts, uncles, and cousins were teachers. She has loved teaching English for speakers of other languages for 29 years, and now she wonders what other adventures are in store for her. We hope your retirement brings wonderful things, Carrie.
Tim Hudenberg, 29 years.
Tim graduated from West Springfield High School and then William and Mary. He enlisted in the Army and was commissioned as a second lieutenant, ending his service as a captain of a tank company in Germany. Tim met his wife, Sabine. They have 2 daughters, Kaylin and Emily, both FCPS graduates. Seeking another challenge, he became an FCPS teacher. The food was better, and his students became a source of joy. Tim hopes the lesson imparted will last into their future. We're grateful for your dedication, Tim. Good luck in your retirement.
Bob Bowman, 30 years.
Wow. Bob is an FCPS lifer. His education came FCPS schools from elementary through high school. He always has had a dream to be a teacher and to be able to give back what was given to him through his FCPS experience. For the past 30 years, he has had the opportunity to work with the most amazing teachers, staff, and administrators, bar none. He was given the opportunity to teach and coach some fantastic students during his 30 years. Upon leaving Marshall University, he never imagined how fulfilling his career will be. For Bob, it has been an awesome ride, and he looks forward to the adventures for the next phase of his post-education life. Congratulations and enjoy your retirement.
Yvette Brooks, 30 years.
In September 1989, Yvette Brooks began her journey working with special needs students as a bus attendant for FCPS. Over the past 30 years, Yvette has touched many hearts of children and parents. She has watched many of them grow into young adults and is proud that she is able to provide the best quality of safety and service to many families in Northern Virginia. We wish you the best, Yvette. Congratulations.
Carol Casella, 30 years.
In 1973, Carol moved to Fairfax County from New York and began her journey with FCPS as a 7th grader at Lake Braddock Secondary School. This was the same year that Lake Braddock opened its doors as a new school in Fairfax County. 46 years later, her journey with FCPS is ending. She's proud to be both a graduate and a retired of FCPS, and she ends her teaching career. Wishing you the best retirement, Carol, and thank you for your service.
Mary Gressick, 30 years.
During her 30 years as an educator, Mrs. Gressick has served as an educator of students with special needs, taught general education, and has become an instructional coach. She continually strives to help teachers improve their practice for the benefit of all students. As a coach, she also led professional development at Oakview and throughout the county, teaching the Math Workshop class and developing the curriculum for the Math Workshop 2 class. Best wishes for a very retirement, Mary, and thank you for all your service.
Our next reader is Teresa Johnson. Maria Harris, 30 years.
Maria has had an extensive professional theater, TV, and film career. Maria became FCPS's first African-American theater teacher, where she created an extraordinary international award-winning program. She has passionately and tirelessly shared her expertise with over 4,500 students and produced and directed a staggering 1,350 plus performances. Maria has touched the lives of many, and her legacy will be endured for years to come. Brava, Maria. Best wishes, Maria. You'll be missed.
Todd Liebenstein, 30 years.
Todd began his career at South Lakes High School, where he taught and coached for 7 years. He then moved across town to Herndon High School, where he coached basketball and football, sponsored the Key Club, taught world history, AP world history, U.S. Virginia history for the next 23 years. He's really going to miss this gig. Wishing you the best in retirement, Todd.
Kathy Ransom, 30 years.
Kathy taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grades in Fairfax County for 30.9 years. Teaching throughout her life has been both a hobby, such as reading, writing, and a challenge in the most positive way. She held high expectations her entire teaching career and loved the thrill of challenging students to succeed. Many of her students will remember her for chess and pushing them to do the most with their words. Wishing you good luck and great success in your retirement, Kathy.
Sylvia Saltos, 30 years.
Sylvia truly enjoyed working for Fairfax County Public Schools. What she really loved the most were the kids. Being an assistant teacher was a passion and a treasured moment. We're going to miss you at Chantilly High School, Sylvia. Congratulations on your retirement.
Amber Sly, 30 years.
For 30 years, Amber has commuted from Front Royal, Virginia to drive our precious cargo to and from school. Her husband, Tim, will tell you she didn't wake up at 3 a.m. for just a job, and her job wasn't just driving kids to school. Those were her children, and she's going to miss them. Amber's own children claim that she's been a driving inspiration their entire life. Taking care of them, as well as the kids on the bus, has taught them that there may be long days ahead, but you have to get the job done. You will truly be missed by your students, coworkers, and administrators. Wishing you the best that retirement has to offer.
Maria Sneed, 30 years.
All right. Maria has been an educator for 35 years, 30 in FCPS. She has been a Spanish teacher, world language department chair, and assistant principal at Herndon High School. Maria, her husband Kevin, and her 2 daughters, Alexis and Christina, are all FCPS graduates. FCPS and Herndon High School have been her family and will always be a special place in her heart. We are grateful for your dedication. Good luck in your retirement, Maria.
Amparo Solano Rodriguez, 30 years.
In 1986, a mentor said to Amparo, being a new teacher is like trying to fly an airplane while building it. He added, these kids are a handful and just hard. Amparo fully understood what her mentor meant by the end of that first day. Years later, when asked to be a mentor, his response was, if you breathe and love what you do, it will all work out. He feels that he experienced an exceptional journey. We're grateful for your dedication. Good luck in your retirement.
Sharon Stokes, 30 years.
Sharon has worked for Fairfax County Public Schools for 30 years. From staying late for activities or coming in on Saturdays for open gym, her love of children made her career the most rewarding. She says, the job itself was not always easy, but knowing I was making a learning environment safe for the children and the staff, I took great pride in my job. Best wishes in your retirement, Sharon.
Brenda Torrance Jones, 30 years.
Brenda began her journey in FCPS in 1987 at Graham Road Elementary School as a first grade teacher. She was adored by her students and cherished by their parents. Seeking a shorter commute, she left Graham Road, moved to Dogwood Elementary, then to Rose Hill, and is presently working at Timberlane Elementary. As a retiree, Brenda is looking forward to spending time with family and friends and a journey with no commuting. Thank you, Brenda, and good luck with your retirement.
Kim Michelle Troop, 30 years.
Her best friend writes, Kim Michelle came to work for FCPS in 1989. Because of her youthful appearance, she was frequently stopped and asked for her hall pass while teaching. She didn't drive back then, but learned to drive in 11 days over the summer of 1993. That fall, she returned to work, newly licensed and ready to drive as a hearing itinerant to the amazement of her supervisors. In 2010, she switched to general education to teach alongside her best friend at Ravensworth Elementary, which is where she's retiring from today. Congratulations on your retirement, Kim Michelle.
Joe Anderson, 31 years.
Back in September 1988, when Joe Anderson joined the 5th grade team at Groveton Elementary, the #1 album in the country featured the song Welcome to the Jungle, while the #1 single was Don't Worry, Be Happy. Thanks to gracious and supportive colleagues and administrators, as well as the hundreds of students he's had the honor to teach, the true experience of his 31-year career turned out to be more Bobby McFerrin than Guns N' Roses. Wishing you the best in retirement, Joe. Thank you for your service.
Ann Tupper Bearden, 31 years.
At the start of her career, Ann wore the standard 80s heels, and now, 31 years later, it is all she can do to wear any shoes at all. She credits her students and their families for creating soulful and meaningful work. Their stories and lessons are treasured reminders of the importance of our human connection. Good luck with your retirement, Ann. You'll be missed.
Connie Grant Britt, 31 years.
A former student writes, we met at a kindergarten training. You led the workshop with enthusiasm. Many wished to be a student in your class. 2 decades later, you were my assistant principal. You still exude joy and commitment that I admired long ago. You are an amazing example of how to treat others with empathy and respect. You are a shining light, having touched the hearts and minds of so many. We are all better people for knowing you. Congratulations and best wishes for the future, Connie.
Elva Card, 31 years.
As the Woodson Key Club sponsor, I've worked hard to increase donations at our spring-winter blood drives. Consequently, our principal dubbed me Woodson's Vampire. Elva says, I consider it an honor, and I'm proud of the contributions our students have made to the Innova blood supply. Good luck in your retirement, Elva. We hope it brings you much happiness.
Peggy Demeyer, 31 years.
A Stenwood teacher reflects, your leadership in the environment you've created for faculty, students, and families is truly special. You've put a lot of joy back into teaching for me, helped me to grow so much professionally, and made me realize how important relationships and time with family truly are. When I go home at night, I honestly don't feel stressed out or worried about my work. I'm able to focus on my family. Your leadership has helped me to be a better mom to my daughter. I feel so fortunate and blessed to love where I work and who I work with. The older you get, you realize how important that truly is. Thank you for making Stenwood such a great place to be. Congratulations and enjoy your retirement, Peggy. Congrats, Peggy.
Noelle Fleming, 31 years.
Noelle remembers clearly her inspiration to become an educator. It was her phenomenal PE teacher in second grade at Cardinal Forest Elementary. Noelle's childhood plan has resulted in 12 years of teaching general PE and 19 years of teaching adapted PE. Her positive can-do spirit has impacted countless students, families, mentees, and colleagues. Her work has inspired others to choose careers of service, causing the ripple effect to be felt far into the future. Good luck with your retirement, Noelle. You will be missed.
Hiwet Hagdu, 31 years.
Hiwet began her career with FCPS in 1985 as a volunteer in the recruiting office of Head Start at the Lacey Center. Shortly after, she was hired full-time and worked her way up through the Office of Transportation from an accounting clerk to a finance assistant. In 2005, she was promoted to a financial technician in the Department of Special Services, where she continued to work until her retirement. Her work procured a $5.4 million grant to buy capital equipment for the FCPS Library Media Program, and she was recognized with an Outstanding Performance Award during her tenure with FCPS. Hiwet has been happily married for 45 years and has raised 3 children. She looks forward to spending time with her 2 grandsons in retirement. Thank you for your dedication to FCPS.
Karen Holt, 31 years.
As a classroom teacher, reading recovery teacher, reading specialist, and instructional coach, Karen has served in FCPS for 31 years. Her passion has been serving underprivileged students and strengthening their literacy skills. It has been her honor to work with many dedicated colleagues. Special thanks to Annette Cabrera, an amazing leader and mentor. Lastly, she would like to thank her husband, Lee, who has supported her on this journey. Wishing you the best in retirement, Karen.
Maria Minnick, 31 years.
Maria knew from a young age that teaching was her passion. She spent 1 year as an IA at Weyanoke. The following year, she began the rest of her 30 years at Sleepy Hollow. Maria taught grades K through 3. Most of her years were in kindergarten. A colleague says, I spent 12 of those years with her as an IA. She was a joy not only to work with, but to watch and learn from. Congratulations on your retirement, Maria.
Elaine Manker Scott, 31 years.
Wow. Elaine left the government to raise her children. When her youngest child began school, she decided to work for FCPS. She started as a cafeteria worker, then as a cafeteria manager, and continued to advance in the school system. As the years passed, she realized her career would conclude at FCPS. She is grateful for the opportunities she's been given to serve others and the wonderful people she's met along the way. Congratulations and best wishes for the future, Elaine.
Matt Thompson, 31 years.
Matt has taught physics for 31 years at Stewart and Madison. When hired, he thought he would teach for a few years and then go and do something else. It's been a wonderful and fulfilling experience teaching the students physics while seeing them develop as thinkers and problem solvers. Nevertheless, after many an evening and weekend spent grading papers, he is excited to get to try something else. Best wishes on your retirement, Matt.
Our next reader is Jay Pearson to read the bios of our final group. Jolma Torres, 31 years.
Yolma Torres entered FCPS in 1988 as a guidance counselor at Belvedere Elementary School, later transferring to Holmes Middle School. She's always strived for students to realize their true potential and to teach parents the important role they play in their children's success. Ms. Torres has impacted many lives in unmeasurable ways. Her joy is to make a difference in children's lives by encouraging them to believe in themselves and never give up. Thank you for your dedicated service, Yolma, and best of luck in the future.
Hope Brady, 32 years.
Having spent 26 of her 32 years in Fairfax County at Bonnie Bray Elementary, Hope made a difference in the lives of countless children. Former students have returned to thank Hope for her constant encouragement and support as she built relationships that have continued long after students have left her classroom. She had a reputation for having a positive attitude, excellent rapport with students and their families, and a willingness to help in any situation. Thank you, Hope, and good luck with your retirement.
Stephanie Brown, 32 years.
Stephanie Brown spent the last 32 years with FCPS ensuring that students got to and from school safe and sound. For her, it was a true family affair. She drove her daughter, and then years later, her granddaughter, back and forth each school day, and was paid to do so. Stephanie will tell you that it was the ideal job. She loved all of the kids and all of her co-workers. Miss Brown, you'll be greatly missed. Thank you for your service, and congratulations.
Kelly Hargraves, 32 years.
Kelly began her teaching career at her alma mater, Lynbrook Elementary in Springfield. Recently, one of her students chose her as the subject of her list poem. Miss Hargraves, silly, kind, helps the class when we need help, exciting, making up stories, loves chocolate, fixes spelling mistakes, reads stories to us, loves the colors green and blue. My favorite teacher. Best of luck in your retirement, Kelly.
Pamela Hickson, 32 years.
Pam aspired to be an educator because she admired Helen Keller's teacher, Ann Sullivan. Miss Sullivan guided a challenging child through the doors of discovery. Pam's journey in FCPS special education has given her the opportunity to teach in an alternative school for teens in a court-ordered drug rehabilitation program, 2 high schools, and 3 elementary schools. Pam's career as a special education teacher will leave her with abundant memories of the children and colleagues who have touched her heart. Pam hopes that she has left a positive imprint on them as well. Now, Pam looks forward to the privilege of retirement at the beach. Enjoy your retirement, Pam.
Terry Kidwell, 32 years.
Terry Kidwell's career has spanned 32 years, and she has taught grades 1st through 4th. She began her teaching career at Gunston Elementary, then moved to Mount Vernon Woods. In 1990, she was part of the opening team at Willow Springs Elementary, where she has spent the last 29 years teaching 1st to 4th grade AAP. Teaching has always been the love of her life, and now it's time to work on her bucket list. Thanks for all you've done, Terry. Best wishes for your retirement.
Our next retiree takes us back to 30 years of service, but the reason we're introducing him now is that he is retiring next to his wife this evening. Next up is Joe Lanham and Virginia Lanham.
Over the course of 30 years, Joe has served in many capacities within FCPS facilities management while attending college at night. Some of the earliest responsibilities in FCPS were as the senior pipe fitter supervisor, up to his more recent role as acting director for facilities management. Joe not only had the responsibilities of the day-to-day activities, but also managed all storm response activities within FCPS. His most memorable was the blizzard of 2016. Congratulations on your retirement, Joe. We appreciate your dedicated service.
Virginia.
Virginia has been with FCPS for 32 years. She began as a school bus driver, then becoming a bus driver supervisor, first on the bus, then with vans. She has very fond memories of her students, drivers, school staff, and office staff. Leaving was a difficult decision, but she's looking forward to many adventures with her husband, who is retiring at the end of April. They look forward to their happily ever after. All the best in retirement, Virginia.
Linda Lee, 32 years.
Linda has spent the last 32 years as a speech-language pathologist, working with elementary, middle, and high school students, improving their communication skills. Her particular passion is working closely with teachers to motivate functional communication skills in the students' work settings. As a sponsor of Best Buddies, she has been an advocate for inclusion of all students. She loves keeping in touch with her graduates and rejoicing in their successes. We wish you the best with your well-earned retirement, Linda.
Angela Barnes, 33 years.
Angela has worked for FCPS for 33 years. She worked at McLean High School for 5 years and transferred to Herndon Middle School and remained there until retirement. This has been quite a journey for her, and she thanks God that she made it through. But most of all, she made a difference and had an impact on the students she taught. Thank you for your service, Angela.
Amy DeZera, 33 years.
As she reflects on her years teaching, she is reminded of what Forrest Gump's mother told him. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. In teaching, each student is a unique gift. Each has taught her something that has made her a better teacher. Patience. Knowing that every child can learn, joy, believing in oneself, humor. Kids really do say the darndest things. Persistence and love. Good luck with your retirement, Amy. You will be missed.
Jan Pry, 33 years.
Jan has worked as a preschool teacher for the deaf for 33 years. She opened up her young students' worlds by teaching them how to communicate in ASL or spoken English. Jan partnered with Gallaudet University, worked on Mantua's annual Deaf Town, and created a reunion for the 40th celebration of the TC program. Her students keep her updated on their life milestones. Thank you for your positive impact on the lives of deaf children. Thank you, Jan, and good luck with your retirement.
Terry Stirk, 33 years.
Terry started working for FCPS straight out of college. She spent her first 15 years working at West Potomac High School and her last 18 years at West Springfield High School. Terry feels blessed to have worked with 2 incredible math departments. She coached cheerleading, sponsored 2 senior classes, the Math Honor Society, and a Science Olympiad. Her greatest joy is watching her students grow and achieve both in and outside of the classroom. Congratulations on your retirement, Terry. We've truly appreciated your dedicated service.
Olivia Asamor, 34 years.
A supervisor writes, Olivia has been a friendly, positive, and engaging member of the Colvin Run Cafe and community. She has a great sense of responsibility for her work, team, and especially to the students and community she serves. On many instances, Olivia has initiated discussions about cafe operations and ways in which we may better serve the students. Best wishes, Olivia, and you should always remain proud of your service. Thank you for your dedication and service, Olivia.
Teresa Early, 34 years.
Teresa Early started as a 21-year-old teacher in September 1985 in self-contained classrooms for students with emotional disabilities. She started with an Apple computer in her room and was adept at using a mimeograph machine. Now she leaves Google Classroom and her smartboard behind, but takes with her the memories of so many wonderful colleagues, administrators, students, and families. Best wishes on your new chapter, Teresa.
Beverly Ogden, 34 years.
Beverly taught in Kansas, Arizona, and Germany. She has served on the Fairfax General Music Educators Board for 30 years and as a Great Beginnings coach for 14. During retirement, Beverly is looking forward to being able to spend more time with her husband, Frank, her 2 daughters, and 5 grandchildren, to riding and showing her Irish sport horse, and competing in agility trials with her dog, Kimber. We hope your retirement brings wonderful things, Beverly.
Valentino Taguding, 35 years.
Val has taught for 35 years for FCPS, starting as a music teacher and closing as a PE specialist. He remembers his first teaching observation when a student threw up all over him and ended the lesson. Val knew that it was time to retire when he met a kindergarten this year and realized that he taught her parents and grandparents. Val believes that children will learn if you show that you genuinely care. Congratulations and best wishes for the future, Val.
Dwayne Macmillan, 36 years.
A supervisor says, I had the pleasure to work directly with Dwayne for 17 years, which comprises less than half the time he's worked at FCPS. For over 36 years, Dwayne maintained and repaired auditorium and theatrical lighting systems, plus provided hands-on training and technical support for both FCPS staff and students. The ultimate in selfless service, Dwayne was a teacher, coach, mentor, leader, and tireless worker, doing whatever it took because the show must go on. Well done, Dwayne. You will be missed.
That was good. Abir Sa, 36 years.
1983 started Abir's amazing career of 36 years with FCPS, all at Camelot Elementary School. Teaching at the same school from the start of her career has helped her bring a strong bond with the families and the community. She has touched the lives of so many students. She took the teaching profession seriously. It has always been her students that have been her inspiration to be a difference maker from the start. Congratulations on your retirement, Abir.
Lynn Hook, 40 years.
In 1963, Lynn started her time with FCPS as a student, then began her teaching career with FCPS in 1979. She has taught physical education, was a counselor, and is a retiring sixth grade teacher. She is humbled and proud to have been a teacher and counselor for 40 years. It is the memory of a lifetime. She will leave with a smile, knowing she has taught with her heart and soul to motivate kids to be better people and learners. Best wishes for a very happy retirement, Lynn.
Lisa Lyle Wu, 40 years.
Opening South Lakes, Lisa taught biology and developed the first science semester elective in FCPS, marine biology, and was awarded Teacher at Sea from NOAA. As director of the Oceanography Lab at TJ, she's taken students to study in, on, or under the sea, from the Bahamas to Indonesia and Cuba. She served aboard the EV Nautilus and has produced broadcast materials and publications for FCPS, the Discovery Channel, the Washington Post, and PBS NewsHour. Wishing you the best in retirement, Lisa. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Jay. And thank you to all of our retirees. Your contributions to the students of Fairfax County and your fellow staff members deserves thanks beyond what we can adequately express. We have been privileged to call you colleagues, and we hope that you take many good memories and great friendships. Thank you for all you have done. You will truly be missed. And please join me for another round of applause for our retirees. We appreciate all of you joining us this evening to celebrate the service and success of our amazing retirees. To our retirees, we wish you the very best in all that is ahead of you. However, don't forget about us. We're always looking for great subs. I had to. Once again, congratulations and have a good evening. Thank you.